Jero is just a professional poisoner of a family of assassins. But he has to arrange a bride to give a successor to the grandma, and for that, Jero has to ally himself with a marriage swindler? If you got curious, stay with me until the end, and let's go to the video. In a luxurious place of mobsters, a big bald guy is smoking about 9 cigarettes at the same time and passes the cigarette but on his human chair, a cruelty without size. It has already been 15 years since his business invented human furniture. They always faced bankruptcy, but turned things around by any means necessary, like this filth there. All present are happy and enjoying their banquet at night. The bald president congratulates Tomatsu and Natsumi for the marriage and expects several healthy grandchildren as successors. After drinking a poison wine, the old man starts to bleed through every hole of the body. He blames a guest who is at the table, but the real one already slipped away quietly. His name is Jero, and he is going home calmly at night. When he sees a couple saying goodbye with a kiss, he gets distracted and hits his face on a vending machine. He at home, and his sister asks how it was to poison the target without alarming the poison taster. Jero says that the taster developed resistance to poison. That's how it worked. Because over 3 months, Jero mixed small amounts of poison in the meals of the taster. He became resistant even to lethal doses. His sister says that there is a nuisance. Jero thinks so, but no one would suspect that, and because of that, he managed to finish the job. While eating his child yogurt, his sister asks if he thought about marriage. Jero has no chances of that being in the assassination line. Akari insists, but Jero says that the grandma wants one of them to assume the leadership of the poisoner family. He had already refused for being single, and because of that, they paired him with a woman from the auxiliary family that he had never seen before. And they tried to force something, but it will not happen. So the poisoners end with Jero's generation. He decided to spend the whole life alone, and Akari should live with her girlfriend. Akari is a very good brother for her. Then Jero receives a message from his friend Entimat. The guy is weird, has a tarantula on the mask, and his tongue looks like a snake, besides having a centipede tattoo on the face. This one is eccentric. The two relax and talk about the future and having children, and how Jero will stay alone. His friend has been thinking about getting married. He has a nice girl with him who accepts him the way he is, with the venomous animals and everything else. Jero was surprised that someone likes and wants Entimat at this level. He says that he worked very hard for that. He says that even married, the two will still be best friends, said that. Jero congratulates him, and Entimat leaves being carried by his centipedes. Jero says that he is too much to find someone precious for oneself. He would never manage that. Jero never had a good image of marriages, but after this conversation with a friend, he thinks that it may not be so bad. But for him, it does not work. Another day, Jero is hired for a job, and the guy says that thanks to him, anyone can make use of their cleaning service since they have an affordable price. Some women come offering themselves to Jero. They are the secretaries and hired assassins of the one in the yellow suit. Jero can do whatever he wants with them, be it for work or relaxation. Jero is not in the mood and goes to do his job, but bumps into a bulletproof glass. Jero has to take care of the little blonde that the man in the suit says to be a scum of humanity. Mate Kinesaki is a marriage swindler without a drop of shame. She has been causing trouble in the territory of these bandits and now will be punished. Jero applies an injection in her, which affects her nervous connections, paralyzing them from end to end, and May will feel an unbearable pain, as if she were being stabbed through the whole body, besides continuing conscious during all the time. And to finish, Jero will apply a deadly poison. She will wish to have never been born. May introduces herself, but small talk will not work with Jero. She says he looks like her first love, but the protagonist does not fall into that talk to make cattle sleep. She says she needed a lot of money to save her younger brother who is sick. Because of that, she did shameful jobs and borrowed money in all places that she could. And even so it was not enough, then the paralyzing poison starts to take effect. She says that at least she will go F beside someone identical to her first love. Maybe her life has not been a mistake, and asks the name of the guy. Jero gets nervous and speaks. The people watching through the cameras do not understand this little talk of them, and Jero even said his name to the target. The one in the suit says that Jero's family is one of the oldest and most successful families in the underworld. As much as they use these little silly tricks, people line up to hire their services. May apologizes and Jero thinks that she might be in love with him. Akari calls his emergency number and says that she will return home and thought it better to warn. She will give an heir to the family and is already looking for a partner from the auxiliary family right now. Jero says to not do that. However, Akari does not see much choice because of the grandmother they have. She said directly to Akari that if she refused to assume the family, she would take her freedom and force her to have a child. If it is like that, Akari prefers to go on her own. Jero feels for the sister and for her girlfriend. Akari says that she will have to break up with her love for that. But Jero does not accept. She says that the brother is the one who will assume the responsibility then. There is no way for Akari. Jero asks to wait a bit. Then he asks May to marry him. If she wants to live, he says that he has to marry to conceive a successor to the Poisoner family. If it is to marry, he prefers that it be someone who likes him, and Jero can help with the illness of May's brother. She becomes all happy, but then comes a trick. Of course, she does not want. She only wanted to see his face being rejected by someone who is about to kick the boots. It is an incredible feeling the couples of this world, be it appearance, finances, personality, or whatever, people date because they are compatible in some of these things. As for Jero, she says that he is a maniac who asks in marriage someone that he is going to kill, and that he does not match with anyone. He agrees. May says that if he wants to find someone, first thing is to be sincere. It is in this way that couples understand each other, fight, and through the stumbles on the path, find their ideal partner. And Jero really wants to marry for the good of the family? The contractor asks if the talk is at the end, that he is stalling too much and can put an end to the misery of the other, because his fee was not cheap. Jero passes to the other side, who is the scum of humanity. It is not a matter of justice that IT is just because he would not be able to sleep at night, but sometimes he also thinks about having a calm life with someone special. He despises this side of him. Jero shouts that he wants a love in his life to be able to have a normal and happy day to day. He wants all the simple things like, how was it at work? Did you sleep well? How was the day today? And everything else. But as it is, he will never find someone. Jero never went to school, nor to kindergarten. He lived his whole life as a poisoner. Showing the weak side would be a death sentence. To vent his heart to a stranger, for him it is impossible. But well, he is doing it now, right? May says that going around killing is really an obstacle, but Jero should meet as many people as possible. If it is really worth stumbling on the way, and for sure he will find someone who likes him as he is, May asks to go F already, since everything was her fault and she will not be able to pay for the treatment of her little brother. She was selfish and ended the future of him. She cries for considering herself a terrible human being. The weirdo arrives and tells Jero to finish the job already and stop venting with the swindler. Jero refuses and says that he needs her as she is very popular for guys to ask her in marriage. She can help Jero to find someone. She is a professional of marriages. He promises to help her brother. May says that it is the first time that someone makes a proposal like this. The random is not happy with this, and everyone in the room takes their pistol because they cannot let the two leave there alive now. He is sad for Jero, disappointed actually, but finally he will be able to rise in life, sending to F someone from the Poisoner family. Jero says that they do jobs for normal people, charging very little, to later blackmail them for the rest of life. The one in the little suit does not care how many lives he ruined. There is no reason to keep acting like a vigilante. Said that Jero applies a super chemical in him and will eliminate the scum of humanity. The guy puts his gas mask and everyone shoots in his direction. But Jero disappears like smoke with May and suddenly appears on the roof and throws his poison on everyone. Then injects an antidote in May. Everyone is agonizing on the floor and the guys are traumatized now to do anything after. Akari calls Jero and says that she is already going home. But Jero says that she does not have to be the successor and silences the random to give some peace. He says that she has to stay with her girlfriend and live a good life by her side because she is special. Jero will marry and be the successor of the poisoners, but he himself will find his partner. Akari cries and is relieved that she will not need to abandon her life and will say this to the grandmother. Jero does not know how to touch a woman without being a weirdo. Does he have permission for that? Because May still cannot move. Then she says that actually she is a man, so it is fine. Then it fried Jero's brain and mind. The two go to a hotel and May takes a good bath. Now he will help Jero to find the perfect match using all his techniques of love. He even made a profile on Tinder and put him to go to a party. May will attract all the men who want him, for Jero to have no competition at all. But Jero is not exactly the most socially skilled guy. He never went to school, so it is understandable. The guy started talking about his annual salary. Then the women will think that he is a guy who only thinks about conquering with money. May give him a lecture and says that first it is better to smile and talk normally, but not even that the man manages he is a poor guy. He tried another meeting in a restaurant later, but it did not work. The girl left. There were several attempts and nothing worked. TOD stress. Jero went to clean a public bathroom with a formula that he himself created. He found 30 women in the day, and it did not help at all. May thought that at least there would be some progress in some of these meetings. It will be harder than he thought. He says that Jero's differential is hidden. They just need to try a bit more, and someone will appear who enchants him and is enchanted by him. Although May knows that Jero is difficult to develop for romance, he talks about his homemade mixture, the Sacred Purifier, and says that he can even create a chemical that evaporates metal. May says that it is better not to talk about these things on a date. Then the two go away, but a crazy guy kidnaps May and puts him in the car. Jero cannot keep up and picks up the cell phone that fell on the ground. The crazy bandit is brother of the one in the yellow suit and came to avenge his brother. He even spits a lead bullet into May that hurts a lot. But May does not back down and will not do anything that he does not want. He prefers to die than to get involved with these scoundrels. Then, at the right moment, Jero appears in the middle of the street and jumps into the car to use the metal melting acid. The metal splits in half and Jero runs out and follows the wrecked car. They crash into the bridge and will fall into the water. But Jero saves May, and the other two sink. Jero returns May's cell phone and thanks him for having helped him to meet so many people in a single day. If even one person had rejected him before, he would regret it for the rest of life. He counts on May to help with his inexperience with women. May says that since he did not get anyone's number today, he will give him his contact. May then identifies Jero's differential. This is the beginning of the story of Hikaru Jero, the assassin and poisoner in search of his other half. My good, what a crazy beginning, huh? But very interesting. Do you think there will be a YOI romance with May, or will he be a bro who will help to find a girl for Jero? Comment there and leave the like and share to help the channel. Activate the little bell to not miss anything and hype the video if you are on the cell phone. See the description for more recaps, and thanks for the support as always, and that's it.